Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Breaking JD Vance, proclaiming that the Trump administration did fire Gary Gensler, guys. This is another clip of JD Vance from the Bitcoin 2025 conference. I love this kind of thing.
Maybe the most important thing that we did for this community, we reject regulators and we fired Gary Gensler, and we're going to fire everybody like him.
Not just firing Gary Gensler, but everybody like him. Jeff down here saying they fired him? Well, not technically, but he stepped down knowing full well that the administration was going to change. Stoic here saying, I don't think people truly understand how bullish this is. I think if you've been in the crypto space for a while, you probably do know if you've been here through the Ripple SEC lawsuit or pretty much throughout the last 4 or 5 years, you do realize how important this is for crypto and for innovation. Because crypto is, well, going to look different in the coming years and months. And it could even look very, very different very, very soon. I mean, we generally trade, and what I mean by we is us retail speculators. We generally trade on a 4-year Bitcoin cycle. The altcoins generally follow Bitcoin, but guys, this year it could look very different depending on what we see happen in the coming weeks and months, how regulation sorts itself out. And comments like this from Vice President JD Vance, that makes it even more bullish, I think. When we do see the FOMO, I think this is going to rock and roll. Follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for more information on where I think this market's going to go. An XRP in the $2, just the beginning. I mean, we did get regulatory clarity recently. I remember saying this all of last year, and people got mad at me coming from Tony Edwards. You can't say Biden was in cognitive decline and then say he was the mastermind behind the attack on crypto. That is obviously BS. I mean, come on, let's face it. It was all Elizabeth Warren, and she had her cronies in different government agencies, the biggest being Gary Gensler at the SEC. The reason this grandma was attacked by the crypto industry is because Jamie Dimon in the banking industry was lobbying her to do so. Remember, guys, it was all Elizabeth Warren and her cronies.
This is the financial system of the future, Jesse, and we have to encourage it. What the Biden administration was doing, and let's face it, it wasn't Biden. Elizabeth Warren controlled the auto pen during that administration. She, for some reason, has this pathological hatred of the crypto community. She wants to drive this community offshore. She doesn't want it happening in the United States. That's the wrong policy for the United States. We want all the innovation happening here. This is a financial system of the future. It's cheaper. It's more efficient. We want it happening here, Jesse, and I think people are thrilled that President Trump is making that possible.
It is Elizabeth Warren. It has been this whole time. And, us in the crypto community, we have known this for a very long time. Elizabeth Warren controlled the auto pen during that administration. He says in the context that Warren, not Biden, was the real force behind the administration's anti-crypto agenda. Here's the full quote. But you guys did hear the full quote in that video clip, so I won't read that again. But I will thank the Vigilant Fox there for posting that. Of course, Tony Edward and Jack the Rippler. Now, Caitlin Long also had, her own comments about this too. Just as the insiders revealed when they came forward to me to reveal what actually happened at Custodia Bank in 2023, Senator Warren was the acting president of the United States on certain matters. That sounded crazy when they told me this at the time, but doesn't sound so crazy now, does it? No, now that we know what is occurring with President Joe Biden, Anyway, guys, we're getting things sorted out. We do know that Donald Trump is very pro-crypto. I did talk about that in this morning's video. If you guys didn't catch this morning's video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. We have to be pro-crypto in the U.S. It's important because there are already companies around the world that are already implementing DLT technology, already connecting to RippleNet like Airwallex, and they've just raised another $300 million as they've expanded beyond their borders in the United States specifically. So, it was once, a story where Ripple could not actually do business in the U.S., so they were expanding to other countries and they were partnering with other companies. Airwallex is one of those companies, but now those companies have gotten so big, or at least to the point where they can now expand back into the United States. So they got big in their home countries, and now they are expanding. Airwallex has raised $300 million as it expands in the U.S. and Latin America, now valued at $6.2 billion with clients like Shen and Zero. It says down here they were founded in 2015, and with a network spanning more than 150 countries, the company now reports over $1.2 billion in total funding with investors of the latest round, including major names like DST Global, Square Peg, Lone Pine Capital, and Blackbird. While fintech startups exploded in valuation post-pandemic, many are now facing investor fatigue. According to Reuters, persistently high investor rates, recession concerns, and geopolitical volatility have forced many firms to delay fundraising or accept lower terms. So Airwallex is, I guess, fairly lucky to get this injection of cash. They bucked the trend that since its 11% increase in valuation from the previous round in 2022, they're saying that's a signal of both operational strength and investor confidence. They have acquired more investors. So Jack Zhang is the CEO of Shen. He told Reuters that more than 70% of the company's net revenue now comes from online payment processing and spend management rather than just cross-border infrastructure. So they're clearly realizing that they can expand to broaden out their customer base. The diversification strategy appears to be paying off. Zhang emphasized that in the company's announcement that Airwallex is no longer just a cross-border payment solution, but a broader financial operating system for modern businesses. So starting out as that one solution for cross-border payments, now expanding to, what did he call it here? A broader financial operating system for modern businesses. Guys, if this is what Ripple Enabling does to your company, I'm sure a lot more of these companies are realizing this, and a lot more of these companies are, especially the ones that have been connected to Ripple for quite some time. A lot of these companies are doing just that. So, you wonder why a successful company is still acquiring funds. It is exactly for just this, to expand beyond their traditional revenue model, which in this case was cross-border payments. Now Ripple-enabled Airwallex is expanding, and they are tackling entire workflows for modern businesses. So brilliant news there, guys. Going to drive more adoption to the XRP ledger, therefore more demand for XRP. The XRPL has also introduced smart escrows, and Wrath of Kahneman had a thought on that. I think smart escrows, he says, could open a lot of trade finance opportunities, a blockchain use long touted but not robustly materialized. The XRPL smart escrow still is in development, but might offer a killer app. So this is just him spitballing. Okay, trade finance depends on releasing funds when conditions are met. The XRPL smart escrows does this by executing based on predefined logic. Trade participants post confirmation events to the ledger. Each escrow specifies a condition logic ID, such as requires a signature from account X, or recipient must hold a credential. So they definitely need some sort of guidance there. Smart escrow doesn't rely on oracles. Yes, they're being explored, but this extension works without them. Instead, participants post attestations directly to the XRP ledger, so no reaching outside the ledger to a third-party source. He goes on to say that simplicity brings important advantages. So there are fewer attack vectors. All verification is visible and audible on the ledger itself, no dependency on outside infrastructure. There's less complexity, hopefully making adoption easier. So he says, my opinion is that oracles as a requirement are an impediment to adoption because they require so much extra infrastructure to manage and secure. By not requiring them, smart escrow keeps trust between businesses. Maybe one day there will be vast networks of trusted oracles, but until then, there's an extra cost in this application. So how does it work? Mango imports escrow payments for Del Sol farms. As an example, Acme Freight submits a signed proof of shipment. Mango or Del Sol calls escrow finish, and the XRP ledger checks whether Acme signed as required. So if yes, funds are released. If no, escrow stays locked up. And this is how the XRP ledger is getting into that smart contract game. Simplicity is the advantage for trade. No one needs to upload code. Users select from pre-built XRP ledger logic. No outside Oracle registry. Just straightforward, verifiable steps with fewer points of failure. So no one must vigilantly determine if every custom instance of Turing-complete contracts is safe. Smart escrow could also mimic LOCs. Funds could be conditionally locked on a ledger, visible to all. The conditions, though, must require a shipping attestation and a license inspector. It mimics the logic of traditional LOCs, but reduces processing time and cost while maintaining transparency. So there's that as well. There's also credit terms layer on top of the escrow. Buyers could escrow XRP or stablecoins with delayed release. So that's another interesting use case there, while suppliers use it as collateral. This unlocks pre-shipping finance without needing outside lenders to trust off-ledger terms. So my hunch, or his hope at least, is that this extension may be especially useful in trade finance, considering the architect and traceability partnerships Ripple has surfaced in recent years. So there's Oceanus, Valency, and Nutrisource, and now the WEIA pilot. So going beyond cross-border payments, guys, looking at different verticals, Ripple has said that they were going to do this from the beginning, like traceability, something that VeChain is also very popular for. So if WEIA or WEIA can link traceability data with on-ledger settlement logic, it might one day be possible to manage field tracking, shipping, verification, and payment all from one place, the XRP ledger. For now, though, we wait and see how this extension develops. So he's watching Apex closely, and then he gives the Ripple Insights blog link down there. I will link this in the description if you guys want to read that Insights blog, or if you want to go over this. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for his insight on that. I mean, the use cases for the XRP ledger are going to continue to build. We know Ripple is getting bigger, as a company and as an influence too, so much so that, we've got, a company here spending money on things like this. In early 2023, when I funded Change the Code, or the Change the Code campaign, my goal was to see if there was a way to turn Bitcoin into an accelerator for direct air capture. The campaign didn't work, but that's okay. Note, Ripple did not fund this campaign. Bitcoin's energy transition, though, in the last couple of years has been remarkable, though, using over 50% renewable energy sources, including hydropower, wind, and nuclear, and often using trapped or flared gas, which would otherwise be wasted. I'm glad to see Scully back out in the world, serving as a reminder to environmental stewardship and innovation. So he is referring to this. I happen to see this being posted on Twitter. Brad Garlinghouse also commented, the skull of Satoshi. That sounds pretty negative, doesn't it? Well, the skull of Satoshi was originally built to call attention to Bitcoin energy usage, and today it's a symbol of the reminder of Bitcoin's incredible staying power to many around the world, including me. As crypto and blockchain technologies become widely used, respected, and understood, it's past time that we set aside our differences and work together to move the industry forward. I mean, Brad, you've been saying this from the beginning, and it's kind of up to Maxis at this point to kind of step back and agree. I mean, if you can't see it yet, you're just delusional, and I don't know how to help you. We've been on this trajectory for quite some time, and if there are still people out there thinking it's Bitcoin and Bitcoin only, well, again, I can't help you. I hope this gesture continues to remind folks that we, BTC, XRP, and other crypto communities have more in common than we think. Now, it was interesting because Crippen Writer here did post this. I have mixed feelings about this one, and I was thinking this too. When I saw this skull, it seemed negative to me. It didn't actually, it doesn't look to me like a positive, any kind of a positive message to the Bitcoin community. So Crippen Writer does say he has mixed feelings. It could either mean what we tried didn't work and you can have it back, or it could mean it's time to make peace and write the history on Bitcoin because it's here to stay. Or, and this is the thing that I thought, this is a sign that Bitcoin is dead and a thing of the past. Why would you design it in a skull? Boy, that is not a sign to say that things are alive and well. Okay, so whatever the true intention may be, Bitcoiners will continue to hate Ripple no matter what. I agree with this. I mean, I thought I'd bring it up anyway, because I'm sure you guys were wondering about this as well. This is a gift down here. It says the Bitcoin Conference special guest at Bitcoin 2025, the skull of Satoshi, donated by Ripple to the Bitcoin community. The skull will now have a permanent home at the Bitcoin Museum in Nashville. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't think Ripple is too concerned about optics at this point, especially in the Bitcoin community. They don't have to prove themselves anymore. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the partnerships like this one, guys. Hidden Road has just announced that they're launching digital asset swaps prime brokerage for the United States of America. So guys, this is happening in the US, courtesy of Matthew Lany. While OTC swaps represent a significant portion of digital asset trading volumes globally, until now they were largely unavailable to US institutions. And now, guys, Ripple's Hidden Road is letting US institutions trade cash-settled crypto swaps. Boom goes the dynamite. Crypto prime brokerage firm Hidden Road has launched a new digital asset swap prime brokerage offering specifically for the US market. The new service allows US-based institutional clients to trade cash-settle over-the-counter swaps across a wide range of prominent digital assets. These transactions will be handled through Hidden Road partners and are FCA regulated. In addition to the execution, the brokerage will provide cross-margining and financial services, expanding the trade and capital efficiency options available to institutional players. And Michael Higgins did also comment on this. Hidden Road's international CEO and global head of corporate development pointed to the persistent gap in the U.S. digital asset market. Hidden Road's move comes as institutional demand for complex crypto instruments continues to rise. The firm's entry into the U.S. swap space signals a broader industry trend towards maturing infrastructure and more sophisticated financial products in the crypto market. The United States digital asset market has long been underserved from a product standpoint, he said. And now Hidden Road is here to serve that customer base. While OTC swaps represent a significant portion of digital asset trading volumes globally, until now, they were largely unavailable to U.S. investors. With the launch of our swap prime brokerage capabilities in the U.S., we can now provide clients with access to an expanded range of products and solutions. So boom goes the dynamite, guys. This is happening with Ripple's Hidden Road, now available in the United States. So wanted to thank Matt for posting that. Guys, more utility is building. Again, we're in a pressure cooker at this point. The spec market is going to be what it's going to be. I mean, spec markets have occurred every 4 years since Bitcoin's inception. And for more information on where I think this market's going to go, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Conversely, if you guys are interested in perhaps supporting the channel in a different way, I have the Working Money Channel merch store. Link is in the description of the video. We got some cool stuff here like the XRP cap, another fan favorite over there at the XRP merch store. So check it out. Again, link is in the description. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.